Hey, this is Josh Burns for Overcome Everything, and I've got some tips for you on ways to use squeeze pages to actually boost your front end conversion. So that funny boost. Boost! We're going to boost conversions today. All right, so the first way that a squeeze page can be used to actually boost front end conversions. And let me go back. I know that might sound a little crazy to you. I mean, usually people think of squeeze pages as an alternative to making front end sales. You know, you drive your traffic to a squeeze page, and then you're going to be building your list and, you know, basically relying on email marketing revenue over time. So people think of it as a mid to long term strategy, but it can actually be a short term strategy too. So I've got three ways to essentially ratchet up your front end sales. And now the first is pretty obvious, but a lot of people miss it, and that's to if you're doing double opt-in, and definitely if you're doing single opt-in, then you're going to have an opportunity after people have either confirmed or opted in to redirect them, or to direct them with a link or an ad or something like that to a sales page. Now, it's a really smart thing to do, because right there, boom, you've got people who are interested who are going to your sales page. So, or order form or sales video, presentation, whatever. So that right there is found money. You know, there's no reason not to do it. And yet, I can't tell you how many times a day I see people who aren't cashing in on that. You know, it's free real estate that you've got in your system, so use it. The second reason that, you know, you can actually be boosting conversions by putting a squeeze page in front and driving traffic to it, it's just sort of an excuse to focus on list building, really, is it's a process of qualification. Now, this is especially true for people who have, you know, traffic sources that are really amorphous, that aren't highly targeted. If you've got a lot of traffic hitting your site, but they aren't necessarily all quality, and you're not sure that, you know, basically your stuff isn't converting and selling the way you want it to, then what you can do with your squeeze page is essentially make it an application or some sort of a hurdle that people have to jump over, and you can tell the traffic that's showing up, this is who, you know, this offer is for, this is who it's not for. You know, don't sign up for this list if you make less than a certain amount of money a year. Don't sign up for this list if you, you know, if you don't own, you know, 30 acres of, you know, maple forest. Depending on the type of person that you want to target, you can sort of set the rules and say, these are the only people that I want on my list. The side effect there is that nobody wants to be told that they're not qualified. So you're going to get a lot more people than, you know, you expected signing up to your list. They're not all going to meet your requirements, but, you know, the reality is that now you've built a list of them, and you still have that opportunity to show them your sales message. I bet you're going to be making a lot more sales that way. Now, the third thing that I wanted to point out is that whenever you sign up for a list, whenever you you know, go through that process, you're doing two things. You know, you're becoming involved in a website. So, you know, a squeeze page increases the level of involvement, but you're also making a little investment, whether you know it or not, in the marketer whose squeeze page that is. You know, your traffic, your visitors, they know that their email address is worth something to you, for the most part. You know, these days everybody knows that, you know, their email address is something to be protected. It's not something to be just shared with everybody. So they're investing in you, they're showing a certain level of trust in you when they sign up for your list. That automatically, you know, that's a big hurdle. You know, the fact that they have shown that they trust you that much, you know, that in and of itself will increase the number of conversions you make from that segment of people. If you took that exact group of people and they hadn't opted in, you know, you wouldn't be making as many sales as that same group of people post opt-in. And there's been a lot of tests that we've run that have shown essentially that. So, you know, while, you know, a squeeze page can decrease front-end conversions because you are sort of limiting how many people see your sales page, given the right circumstances, it can exponentially increase it, and it can become a really important first step in a conversion process. This is Josh Burns for Overcome Everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want a lot more really great information on email marketing and making money from an email list, I want you to point your browser to a special link I have set up for you here. It's www.listbuilding.com/boost, B-O-O-S-T. There should be a link around this video somewhere. Go ahead and click that. You're going to get to a squeeze page of ours, opt in, and you'll be able to see a video that really should help you a whole lot. Again, I'm Josh Burns for Overcome Everything. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.